Hey, how's it going, guys? So this is the harvesting game I've been working on for a while now, and it's currently in closed beta if you're interested. The link's in the description. Since the last video, I've made a ton of progress, and so let's get to it. I'm going to show you what's new. I also just want to say a quick thanks to you guys who tested the game and have given me feedback. I really appreciate this, and I've been going through that, and I'm continuing to improve the game and getting it ready for that official release. So thanks a lot. So, one of the larger additions I've added to this game is I've added a whole new barn area, like farmhouse, which is going to act as like a central hub. So when you join the game now, you no longer have that boring, it pops up X and tick, you just go straight into the game. You now have a farm area which is going to be customizable. So, you're going to be able to enter and leave that mid-game. It adds a lot more polish and personality to this, which allows me to add loads of new things also. Another fun little thing I've added is I designed this mascot, as you can see on the screen right now. This is the new little mascot for this game, with this little rabbit kind of character. And I just thought this was nice, it was a fun way to add more personality. And this is also going to be, again, it's going to be customizable, things like that. You're going to unlock things, and I just really like the idea of this. It just brought everything together a little more. This was really cool to make, so one thing I did do is, so I designed the character in Illustrator, but then what I did is I opened the beta version of Illustrator and I tried the new turntable feature, and I was really skeptical at first. Like, I didn't even think this was going to work. I'd seen the, the tutorials of it before with like a dragon, and I thought, okay, cool, but that's probably, for specific use cases. But no, so anyways, as you can see on screen right now, I dragged this in, and then I was able to just turn it around and make a full 360 version of this character. So that was really cool to do, and I thought I'd just show it there, because I really enjoyed that. That was pretty good. I've also added some fun little Easter eggs to this area, so for example, if you tap on this straw a few times and things like that, you'll have carrots popping out, and then if you give them to the rabbit, you're going to unlock some cool things like that, gems and all, skins, stuff like that. I've also added a bunch of other cool Easter eggs to this area, but I'll save that for down the line. So another thing I added is I added leaderboards. So now when you tap on this trophy icon inside this hub area, it now opens up the leaderboards, and this is global leaderboards. So right now, this is just showing the global ones, but what I have created, I just need to add the tabs in-game, is, I'll show on screen right now, is we're going to have weekly, monthly, and all-time cropped cut leaderboards. This is going to be a fun way to, add more competition and things like that. I can then also use this to add rewards, and I think it'll be a great way to, bring it together. This leaderboard system took a lot longer than I wanted it to. Like, the thing is, at first I tried using Google's built-in stuff, but I realized this was just, it's not for me. It didn't look professional. It was almost just like a Google overlay on top of it. And I don't want this game to be limited just to Google also. So eventually what I did is I used Firebase, if you've heard of Firebase, and honestly I was in ChatGPT and I had to figure out some JavaScript and things like that to actually get this working. I tried for so long and I just couldn't figure it out, so luckily I was in there and I just kept having to refresh and kept having to recreate this same like preload layout to get it working. But eventually I finally got it all working. And then quickly as well, I've also added other buttons too, so we have the achievements tab and the daily streak tab. These are still a work in progress, so they pop up and open, but I still need to actually, do the internals of this. So another thing I've added is I've designed the title or logo for the game. Things for the marketing, the banners, stuff like that. I just knew we needed something like this for down the line. So as you can see right now, I'll scroll down through Illustrator, because again, like, I made so many iterations of this, and I'll still probably change it again, but... So I've designed this, and as you can see, I've added the mascot too. And right now, the name is Harvest Tap. So I might change this also yet, but for now, if I stick to this, the game's called Harvest Tap. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this so far. I think it looks quite nice. So anyways, let's move on to some more gameplay things that we've worked on. So after you guys had tested the game, one more crucial gameplay fix I had to actually make was the idle income mechanics. Like, this was really broken, so basically players didn't have to unlock each animal. Like from the get-go, they already had idle income generating, and it acted as if they just had all the animals. I think maybe they had to unlock one animal, and then it had just acted as if they had all the animals. So the game was already broken from the start. Like right now, it is just OP. To fix this, I had to add an additional check for the animals in the dictionary, and then rework that function to check first if each of the animals was unlocked or not. And then if so, it would add that value to the newly created instance variable, before then at the end setting the final variable, which I've called like idle income per second, which is all the different animals' incomes combined. And then we can, put that onto the actual income. I've also done a ton of little bug fixes here and there as well. I'm trying to remember them all. I mean, one example of this is the animals could escape from the playable area, which was a bit of an oversight. I think I just missed, you know, the other animals, but I'd only made it so one of the animals could leave. So that's been fixed now. I'll pop up on screen now how I did that. But yeah, that's all fixed now. Another nice little performance fix I've added was backface culling. So Skira just updated the software not long ago and added this. So all I had to do is just enable this, and that's great. You know, it just hides all the invisible faces. So even if it's only a, you know, a short, you know, a marginal improvement, it's still, you know, I'll take it. So one improvement that was suggested to me was to replace the animation frame changing method, which, after hearing this, it was a bit of a facepalm moment. I kind of realised, like, I should have done that in the first place, as I'd done that in others. But basically, it was suggested to use the anchor tool behaviour instead. And yeah, the second I realised that, I straight away fixed this. You know, I should have done that in the first place. So I removed all the additional animation frames, swapped out all the events, put all these into a family, and now all I need to do is just, when you tap on one instance of this family, it just tweens it on an angle. So not only is that, you know, more performant, but it looks better actually after, you know, looking at it. Looks a lot nicer, looks more polished. So yeah, it's a nice little optimization. Down the line I won't have to be constantly adding additional events and frames to get this working. And so it was definitely worth doing, and I'm pretty happy with this. And so yeah, I think that's it for this one, guys. I might have gone through this a bit quick, I'll see when I edit this, but I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you soon. I'll keep you updated more for the progress. Take care, and I'll see you soon.